Marvel Legends Dogpool and Deadpool from the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. 17 accessories, Wolverine skeleton pieces, and Dogpool, who to my surprise actually does articulate. After all, she is positioned as the star of this set. It's $40, and the real question isn't whether it looks good, it's whether this actually feels deluxe, or it's just packaged like that way. And I'll say this right now, it's not lazy. There is value here. But when you put it next to the $100 Mezco from the same movie, things get complicated. Hasbro is very clear here. Dogpool is front and center. Deadpool is the bonus character. That's clever marketing. So it's just right to compare the new Dogpool by Marvel Legends and the Mezco 112 Collective Dogpool. The new sculpt in this set is the Marvel Legends Dogpool with a mocha brown fur finish and a seated pose. The sculpt leans slightly stylized but still captures the personality of Mary Poppins from Deadpool and Wolverine. The Mezco Dogpool on the other hand features goggles and stands on all fours with a darker, more realistic paint application and sculpted texture. At first glance, clearly Mezco is the winner. But here's the major downfall: zero articulation. That's an immediate win for Marvel Legends, which includes an articulated neck for Dogpool. Even a small range of movement gives Dogpool more life in photos and display setup. When you look at the rear view of Mary Poppins, it seems Hasbro also wins in terms of movie accuracy. This $40 set is not all Dogpool. She comes with a few accessories. Deadpool with one head sculpt, 8 hands, pair of golden desert eagles, katanas, Hulk hands, Logan skeleton. 17 accessories total, allowing Deadpool fans to recreate iconic moments from the film. I did a community poll and a lot of you are saying this is money saved because it is essentially a reuse of the recent bright red Deadpool from the Deadpool and Wolverine wave. Here's what's shared between the two. The Deadpool body, katana holding hands, pair of katanas, gun holding hands, 2 pistols. But this time, it's not black because Hasbro listened to the collecting community. They gave Deadpool finally the golden desert eagles he stole from Nicepool. That is roughly $25 worth of reuse from the previous release. So what makes up the remaining $15? Dogpool, the main character of this deluxe pack. But let's take a second and be honest. This is the Maximum Series Deadpool MCU version. Technically, with everything included here, you're getting 5 Marvel characters: Dogpool, Deadpool, Hulk, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. According to Professor Wade Wilson in the opening scene of Deadpool and Wolverine, there are 207 bones when he's watching Gossip Girl. Wolverine doesn't actually have 207 bones here, or even close to the normal human 206. But when you sit the skeleton beside Deadpool, you can clearly see the silhouette of the anchor being Logan. The only You song plays in my head when I see the skull and the spine. The skull isn't smooth texture. It even has some kind of hair sculpt details, keeping it movie accurate. The jaw is not articulated, and I don't see 24601 carved anywhere. You can detach the head from the spine to recreate that football kick scene, Deadpool screaming Maradona. Hasbro is basically singing bye 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 with this bone accessory. Hasbro putting maximum effort on nostalgia just in order to get the nerds to take out their special socks. The pair of nunchuck bones represents Wolverine's legs, not the arms. Side by side, the comparison confirms that this is indeed Hugh's legs. And finally, something missing from the recent release from SH Figuarts, Mezco, and even Hasbro, who also made this figure, by the way, Wolverine's claws for Deadpool. This must be the anchor accessory of this set. cause I really wanted this one. In my Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool review, I kit bashed MAFEX Wolverine claws onto Mezco's Deadpool body. It's the same peg, so it works. But with this new Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool, most of the opening scene elements are already included. That's what gives this set real value. The claws are permanently attached to the closed fist. As expected for a Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine closed fist with claws out hands. Just be cautious when swapping the hands out. Deadpool's black wristband can get tangled inside the shredded muscle sculpt. The muscle color is slightly cartoon-like, but Hasbro is clearly avoiding gore-heavy sculpting to protect the brand. They also gave Deadpool Spider-Man whipping hands because for a second he did that in the movie. That still counts as nostalgia points in favor of Hasbro. Hasbro is not pulling back. They're driving their old Honda Odyssey in full speed. They included Hulk hands. The Hulk hands are something I don't recall from the movie at all. But after researching, I discovered Deadpool used Hulk hands in the comic books, specifically in 2014's Deadpool The Gauntlet number 4. While protecting Shikla from Blade, he throws the Hulk hand at Blade and it explodes. That means this isn't just a movie accessory. Comic book fans may need to care about this set too. The Hulk hands functions just like a kid's toy. No peg system, it just slides Deadpool's hand inside. Which means technically any Marvel Legends figure can use them. In the comments below, let me know, did I get the lore right? Is there anywhere else where Deadpool used the Hulk hands? If you found this review helpful, hope you give it a hype, give it a like. So going back to the sidekick of Dogpool, this is a standard movie Deadpool body. If you owned one of them before, probably you do, maybe 2 or 3. You know exactly how this moves, and it still moves well. I don't understand why I kept on talking about Deadpool. This is the Dogpool set, so I should focus on her. Dogpool stands 4 cm or 1.6 inches tall. Actually, she doesn't stand, it's like sitting. While on her side is Deadpool, who still stands 15.8 cm or 6.2 inches tall. Let's check out how they fit with the Legacy Fox X-Men characters. Sir Ian McKellen, Magneto, Sir Patrick Stewart, Professor X, No Way Home Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman's The Wolverine. Something more recent, besides Samurai Logan, Colossus, and Hugh Jackman Wolverine in his heroic tiger stripe costume. From the movies, let's try an arcade scene. Here is Deadpool besides Marvel Legends Gamerverse Captain America, Wolverine, Psylocke, and Thanos. With bright red colors, he does look okay beside them. Deadpool besides Jada Toys Street Fighters, Chun-Li, Ryu, and Blanka. From the screen to paper, Hulk hands Deadpool besides Shikla, Blade, and Dracula. With Deadpool's Hulk hands, he can fit here for that Deadpool The Gauntlet series. As a deluxe, does Deadpool fit in with import figures? Oh, and also Dogpool. Japanese Medicom toy MAFEX Gambit, Wolverine, Psylocke, and it won't be my review without Halimao Sculptures and Loose Collectors Darna. For the usual 6-inch versus 7-inch scale size comparison, Deadpool besides the 80th anniversary Hulk and the 7-inch scale Marvel Select Hulk. The movie Deadpools in my collection. Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool 2. The new Deadpool from the Dogpool pack, and Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool. Which one is the better movie Deadpool? Well, we already took a look at Hasbro Marvel Legends. Now, let's switch over and take a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool from the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. For more than double the price, this looks and feels like a premium collectible. The tailoring, the materials, the details, it immediately feels elevated. In my Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool review, I admitted this was me spoiling myself. The suit texture feels completely different from the sculpted basketball texture of the Marvel Legends plastic. And Mezco gives you magnetic eyes, 8 of them. You can mix and match the expressions. This is important for a character like Deadpool who you cannot reveal the face because of the expensive cost of getting Ryan Reynolds' likeness. The expressive eyes are the key to the soul of the character. But I had to admit, premium doesn't automatically mean better. I was not totally surprised to see how limited the articulation is with the soft goods of Mezco. There is no denying, between Mezco and Hasbro, Hasbro reigns supreme as the king of articulation. Characters like Spider-Man, Deadpool, in action figure form, they're okay not to have soft goods. One thing I noticed, Mezco feels like a Homer Simpson. He's a bit thick, isn't he? It's like Deadpool ate a lot of chimichangas and developed a large belly. Mezco's Deadpool has difficulty crunching forward. This is pure irony. The cheaper figure may actually be more fun to pose. I know it's strange to call this $40 figure as cheaper. Believe me, when it hits the aftermarket, it's worth more than that. With all that has been said, where do we go from here? If you're a display-first collector, Mezco wins. Vanilla museum pose, Mezco dominates visually. If you're a dynamic poser, an action figure photographer, shout out to action figure maniacs, or a stop motion artist, Marvel Legends is your main weapon of choice. Comic book and action movie poses requires freedom. The Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool is limited there. If you're budget conscious, this isn't a debate to start with. The Hasbro Marvel Legends Deadpool and Dogpool wins. City toys exist, but mixed reviews on the bootleg stop me personally from considering them. Now, the question is, does this add something new to your collection, or it's just a duplicate of what you already own? This brings us to my final thoughts on the new Hasbro Marvel Legends Dogpool and Deadpool Deluxe set inspired from the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Is it overpriced? At $40, it's not that outrageous, but it's pushing the upper edge of reuse pricing. Is it lazy? No, the accessory count proves effort and the design of the new accessories as well. But reuse is still a reuse. Is Dogpool, the main star of this set, enough to justify it as a deluxe, as a maximum series MCU Deadpool? On her own, sadly, no. As much as she lifted the movie by herself, we need Ryan Reynolds to give it his maximum effort. That's why the accessories adds up to that value. This isn't really a bad set. It's just priced like it wants to sit at a table it hasn't fully earned. But if you don't own a movie Deadpool yet, then what's wrong with you? Oh well, this might actually be your cleanest and cheapest entry point. I know it sounds weird saying $40 for a Deadpool is cheap, but this is the best that you can get. But if you want attitude and accessories galore, Mezco has all the essential things to make that happen. It gives life to Deadpool via the magnetic eyes. unlike Hasbro, who has only one facial expression. For $100, the Mezco 112 Collective Deadpool has a lot of accessories, but it is Hasbro who delivers the promise of recreating the iconic moments of the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. But in typical Hasbro tradition, you know Hasbro needs to Hasbro, the wristbands would tangle inside the shredded muscles of the claw hand. Then I noticed something new for me. The crossbody strap, it now has a peg, but that won't ever peg in. I tried several times, no luck at all. So it seems Hasbro and Mezco has their own strength. But I was thinking, if you want best of both worlds, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but the upcoming MAFEX Deadpool is looking good. It has the movie accurate accessories that makes it a definitive version of the character. Magnetic eyes for facial expression. The nunchuck skeleton looks articulated as well. MAFEX don't have the Logan skull and spine, but you do get the TBA pad. In the comments below, do you think this Marvel Legends Deadpool and Dogpool is the definitive set for MCU Deadpool fans? I reviewed several MCU figures, and here is a link on the top right corner of your screen. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this comparison review useful. If you do, please give it a hype, like, share, and subscribe. And leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. For places where the figures in this review might still be available, I left some links in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to see you in the next one.